4, 3, 2, 1, go. Hey guys, Ryan here. Bring on stuck commentary. It's going to be the second set in the last quarterfinals, Group D. We have ZerO up against Kwanro playing here on Carthage 3. Going to get positions and colors out of the way before anything else because this is a mirror match, and that's all very important. We're going to have the bottom right as the orange, or was that brown zerg? We're going to have Kwanro. That was, I believe, the orange zerg. That means at the 11 o'clock position at the upper left, we're going to have the red zerg, ZerO. Kwanro won ahead, and ZerO in early trouble, really. A bit of a surprise. ZerO has always seemed to be as a rather solid ZVZ player, a rather solid player overall. I haven't seen any real harsh weakness in any of his matchups. He seems to favor ZVP, but still overall a solid player. Kwanro, meanwhile, on the upset has really stepped up his game lately. He's playing great in every single one of his matchups. Beating Flash, it definitely tells something, you know. And he is 1-0 ahead here, having won the first set, so 2 wins away. We're going to see whether ZerO is one of those players, though, that he definitely has a shot of getting back into this, fighting back. Hasn't really shown the ZVZ skills that I believe he showed in the Lost Saga MSL. He played some better ZVZ in that matchup, I believe, in that MSL, I'm sorry, I believe. Let's see here, ZerO apparently going for a 9-pull, apparently going for a 9-pull and extractor on the opposite side, some sort of overbuild coming in from Kwanro. Let's hope he goes for an overpull. Yeah, it is indeed apparently going for an overpull. I saw him getting a drone up there. If he had gone for a 12 pull, if he had gone for a 12 hatch, would have been over on a rather bad position. We saw what happened to Effort when he decided that 12 hatching was a good idea, and apparently Kwanro, being his teammate, learned from it. There's a guy dressed as a flower, or whatever the hell that is. It's being given way too much cover time. Effort on the opposite side going for a 12 pull and an extractor. Now, thinking about the build order just right here, this is, technically speaking, a build order win for Kwanro, just sending out his drone scout now, unless he's thinking of putting down an expansion. I think that would be quite risky, but he might actually be thinking of doing that. Put an expansion, of course, going for the 12 hatch build. It does give you the opportunity to go for that early expansion as well. Not while the 9-pull build is not going to give you really the minerals to be able to do that and get your zerglings out in time at the same time. So Kwanro is going to be able to get that 12 hatch down. Is going to have his zerglings popping just as ZerO zerglings are going to be running down. He's going to have more reinforcement on the way. ZerO's going to have to accomplish some serious damage here. Kwanro zerglings are on the way. They are going to be ready to defend the natural expansion just as ZerO zerglings are going to be running down. So Kwanro, at this point, really looking to be in a pretty good position. 4 zerglings up at this point. More going to be on the way. Several drones pulled off the line, so well, you saw those zerglings with an Overlord. Several drones pulled off the line. More than I honestly think he needs, but he wants to make damn sure he's going to be able to fight this off and prevent the zerglings from coming. He is going to go and try to surround. Has zerglings on all sides surrounding the rest of the zerglings. ZerO's going to try to go for a run by here. Drone and more zerglings on the way to block this off. ZerO, though, is now going to be finally forced to retreat. Kwanro doing a beautiful job of blocking off. Not mining much, but he knows having the builder advantage, you know, he just really needs to make sure he holds it, really needs to make sure he can get this expansion up. More zerglings now coming to for ZerO. Only has 5 zerglings, 7 zerglings at this time. Attack, I believe he does have speed upgrade at this point, so that's one advantage he has that Kwanro doesn't have. So Kwanro has to be very careful here. Zerglings just trying to constantly attack in this hatchery, trying to constantly bring it down. Speed upgrade really going to come in handy, so we're going to see whether Kwanro actually invests in that as well. More zerglings now on the way, so ZerO's going to be full on zerglings now, getting his lair alongside. He's going to make sure he can do something with this. Again, trying to go for an attack there, but drones, those 4 drones really helping Kwanro out. Okay, he's not mining much. Now I'm going to just put those drones in that expansion. Kwanro actually shaking his hands there for a second, getting warmed up. Now finally his own speed kicks in and going to go surround 3 zerglings and completely slaughter them. Kwanro actually looked funky there. I was like, oh yeah! Maybe I was thinking that he was an expansion. Maybe his hands cramped up. I don't know. But whatever he did, he has an advantage at this point. ZerO is going to have his Spire up earlier. He's actually putting down a creep colony, most likely to put down a Sunken because he knows he's going to be in trouble. Kwanro is going to have a large number of zerglings that are going to try to get through here. ZerO is going to put up a defense, putting up a pretty single line. Zerglings all killing each other, but I think ZerO is going to come away ahead at this point. 6 zerglings are going to run south right away. And Kwanro, meanwhile, reproducing, does not have a lair. Lair is not incoming as we speak. Meanwhile, Spire almost ready for ZerO on the opposite side. So ZerO overall in a pretty good position. That way he's going to have his moves way ahead. So Kwanro might even be forced to put down an evolution chamber alongside a spore colony, but that sunken colony now sitting inside of ZerO's base, not really being very useful there. Finally coming up here for Kwanro. Spire almost ready there for ZerO. We're going to see what he managed to do with his Mutals. It pops up now. Kwanro actually moving with a bunch of Zerglings up north. He's going to try to break through here yet again. ZerO apparently doesn't. He actually has several Zerglings moved in from the inside. Don't know how the hell that happened. Zerglings only popped in from the inside. Maybe he managed to run a couple of those in initially. Second creep colony up going down. Second colony is going to be at one. Top colony is up. Not really much of Zerglings. Kwanro's actually going to go in for it. It's going to be able to manage to do a lot of damage. Some of drones already killed. Zerglings are going to be eventually taken down, with those drones being forced to not mind at all. More Zerglings coming in the way. ZerO finally popping more Zerglings, but Kwanro is still doing a lot of damage. Second colony is definitely happening, but so many drones being lost. Second creep colony coming down. We're going to see whether ZerO actually invests in morphing that into a sunken. But Kwanro doing beautiful harassment. They're dealing a lot of damage. Actually putting a creep colony down at his own natural expansion. We're going to see whether he has an Evo chamber up or not. First Mutalisk in now. Kwanro actually still has Zerglings out, still trying to do some damage, trying to kill the Zerglings that ZerO has. Last Zerglings go down for each player. And finally, Kwanro's harassment stops. Creep colonies going there everywhere. Evolution chamber as well. So there are going to be creep colonies coming down. I thought originally I was a creep colony position, but it was actually an Evo chamber. 2 spore colonies coming down. 1 spore colony national expansion. Only 1 Mutalisk popping for ZerO. Him having been harassed heavily, just did not have the gas to pop more. Apparently he had forced to build a lot more Zerglings than they would have wanted to. Didn't have the gas or the minerals to pop any more Mutalisks to stay safe. This Mutalisk is going to be able to harass some of those drones that the spore colony doesn't reach all the drones. It's going to take them a while to kill those, as you see. It takes a while to kill those drones. Kwanro still has a bunch of Zerglings right inside of ZerO's base, so ZerO just has a couple of sunken colonies to defend himself against those Zerglings. So Kwanro just has to go for a huge number. He's still going to be in a pretty good position. ZerO really in a horrible position at this point, not popping nearly enough Mutalisks, only has a few here and there. He's going to have to try to get something accomplished with him, but I just don't think he's going to be overall successful. Kwanro getting his second gas up, should be putting up his Spire fairly soon. And despite the fact that ZerO knows exactly what Kwanro is doing, he can't really do much about it. He just doesn't have the forces to go out clear out his natural expansion of the Zerglings and put it down without it still being at risk to more Zerglings running up. Just this has one single Zergling Mutalisks there flying at the main of ZerO's. Now Kwanro actually going for yet another attack. A control group of Zerglings running in right away. Drones all being amassed to the extractor, trying to defend themselves. There are those 2 sunken colonies definitely helping out, but the Zerglings still managed to harass the economy. Don't think they're really